I came in the door, said it before, I'll never let the mic magnetize me no more. It was my way of telling the world, here I come.
Today, I'm talking to Rakim, who is widely regarded as one of the most influential and skilled MCs of all time. He's changed the game with his flow, multi-syllable rhyming patterns, and lyrical content that would influence Tupac, Nas, Eminem, and Jay-Z, just to name a few. Now, at age 51, Rakim is a published author and continues to make music.
Let's take it back a little bit. I mean, hip hop right now is a billion-dollar industry, but at the time when you were coming up, there weren't cameras coming into the inner cities. No one was really paying attention to what was going on. Can you paint the picture of why hip hop was so important to be the voice for, really for the voiceless?
You know, hip hop was a genre that was, created right, in the neighborhood. You know, we got people, break dancing and spinning on their back and spinning on their head. You got DJs that was DJing, spinning around. It was, entertaining. Better yet, it was also informal. It was for us, you know what I mean? And it gave us a sense of direction. It gave us a feeling of being a part of something.
At the time when you came out, you had Run DMC, you had LL Cool J, you had a lot of people who had a lot of energy when they were rapping. What gave you that confidence at the time to know, all right, this is what's hot in hip hop right now, but I'm gonna do me?
At the end of the day, I think my style was best for me. And I think to try to go outside of that box would have changed, the feeling, that I get, or the feeling when listeners get when they hear it. Deep down, I knew that that's who I was. I didn't want to change that.
You're getting ready for sound check. You're
Yes,
performing
sir.
tonight in New York, your hometown. How does
Yes,
it
sir.
feel to perform in front of the home crowd?
Oh man, it's incredible, man. New York is a place where I kind of fine-tune my show, make sure that I'm hitting on all angles.
You were the first to receive $1 million contract. Back then, no one was getting $1 million
Word up.
contract.
And I
What
mean-
were you thinking when that happened?
All I knew is that we was doing something good. I'm a little young cat sitting there and, everything's going on from LL invited y'all out on his tour. Okay, y'all got a chance to go overseas and tour. Okay, y'all got a chance to be on this TV show. You know what I mean? So you starting to realize, like, all right, and then it's like, yeah, y'all gonna get $1 million contract. So it's like, it was me realizing that I was becoming not successful in a monetary way, but I was doing something right with the pen and the mic.
And you have been someone that from early on has perfected your craft. How much of the early days when you were in the park as a youngin' trying to get on and DJs telling you, nah, you can't get on the microphone, how much of that influence?
That's a lot of DJs used to be like, you're too young. They didn't think I could rap, you know what I mean? But I would stand online. I got denied, a lot. They would tell me, yo, whose little brother's this, comes before he trip over something, you know what I mean? And it just hit me, like, boom. And instead of just saying, okay, I can't rap, I'm thinking of how I can get him back. And that was my first experience of, being a microphone fiend. I was a fiend before I became a teen. I melted microphones instead of cones. I ice cream.
Music orientated, so when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle, complicated. Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool. Cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet.
Microphone fiend.
Man, every time I hear that song, it's just anybody who just loves something so much that they feel it in their core, and at some point was told that you can't do this for whatever reason.
Too young, man. That's what inspired that song, man. My journey to do something I love.
Last year, you turned 50.
Nope, I turned 51,
You
baby.
turned 51, you turned 51. With age comes a lot of wisdom.
Yes.
If you were to talk to your younger self, now that you've experienced what you've experienced and seen what you've seen, what advice would you give yourself?
I think I would have told me to slow down, take my time. I think some of the bad things that I've been through kind of shaped me into the person I am today. So I don't know if I would tell myself, too much, but just you know, the focus. Again, man, stay passionate.
You have a song called Classic, where you have a really dope verse in there.
Timeless, so age don't count in the booth. When your flow stays submerged in the fountain of youth. Ain't no
You know, I believe that, man. I believe in what I'm doing. You know, stick to my guns and let them have it.
What's next for Rakim?
Yeah, man. I've been writing scripts. Start working on another album. Still performing. Still enjoying that aspect of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward, man, and just trying to inspire people from all walks of life, just to be the best that they can be, because that's what I had to go through, to get here. Sky's the limit. Still.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Hey, yo, man, what's going on, man? Need y'all to do me a little favor, man. Go sit down, subscribe yourself to the AARP YouTube channel, man. You're gonna find a lot of good information, a lot of good stuff going on. Holla.